Now when the Scorpio sign is in the 6th house in your D9 chart, in your Navamsa chart. Now this is a slightly tricky placement. First, the 6th house in the Navamsa is a slightly more tricky house even than the 6th house of the D1 chart, the Lagna chart. Because here the probability of a result coming by to you is higher, is stronger. The probability is more apt for you, or the fruits of your labor coming from the 6th house based on how you deal with it is stronger. Now when the Scorpio sign goes into the 6th house, firstly 6th house itself is a house of challenges, sicknesses, debts, loans, court cases, and the Scorpio sign is going in. So here this is a double-edged sword. On one hand it says that because Scorpio sign is also the sign of upheavals, obstacles, challenges, changes, so there may be changes from time to time. So for example, if you're going through a bad period of debts and loans and court cases, without warning, suddenly the situation may change, suddenly some gains may come by, suddenly the court cases may be dropped, and you are left with no challenges, and this happens within months. So I have had cases where somebody said that the people are out to get me, there is a court case, and then there is domestic life is in turmoil, there are debts that I have, I'm also going through a lot of sicknesses, I don't know how well I'll survive. And in 6 months, voila, the sickness or the illness is gone, there is restored peace at home, he gets a chance, some money comes in, or the loans, there is a negotiation and there is a settlement of the court case also, the debts are also off, or a friend loans him some money, and in 6-7 months time, everything, all the challenges that he or she was going through is out. That also happened. On the contrary, when everything is hunky-dory, everything is going very good, great guns, suddenly you will find, without warning, some illness may come by to you. It will start off as a small niggling problem and suddenly becomes chronic, and because of the chronic case, your job suffers, your work suffers, your output suffers, your performance pay suffers, your ability to work with team suffers, so your growth suffers, and then the sexual life also suffers. Remember, 6th house is the 12th house is the 7th house, so there is domestic challenges also. So either ways, both the things can happen. So if your Scorpio sign in the 5th house, be more careful, take care of your health, take care of your day-to-day life, have a disciplined life, have discipline in your eating habits, discipline in your work, ensure that you have good relationship with your team members, especially. More important than your bosses, your team members become very important. Have good relation with the spouse also, and try to avoid debts, avoid loans, because if you do that, then you will find that your life will go through upheavals, more upheavals. Now this also doesn't mean that you may be bereft of all challenges in your life. There may be times when you'll be forced to take loans, forced to go into debt. So it means that if you're saved up for a rainy day, if you're more or less careful of how you spend your money and there is some money kept away, then it is easier to traverse through that tough period and larger and bigger and more serious challenges.